Hi, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm Jenna and I'm going to go through the signs that Malachi uses at home or that we're working on, as well as the handful of word approximations that he uses, and show some clips of Malachi using some of those at home. So thanks for helping him with his communication to be understood in all his environments. Signs that he can do spontaneously, without a prompt or with minimum prompt, as in like, what do you want, would be signing more, just bringing his hands to midline, easier for him in some positions than others. All done, putting his hands up, signing play, totally different than usual sign for play, but something he can manage, just like this. I want, I like, I love you, my turn, anything with the I or the my, we use this as the base for it, and then we can understand based on the context what he is saying. And potty, right here, he knows what the sign means and whether or not he actually needs to go at that moment. Sometimes he knows what he's talking about. Milk, just bringing one hand up. We do a tongue click with that to clarify, so milk. Hungry, thirsty, clicking his tongue. Or if he just ate, maybe he just wants something in his mouth, like an oral motor toy. We're working on yes and no gestures. It's just reliant on his position. So he has to to be able to say yes, he has to be in a position where he can let his head fall back and then bring it back into neutral. So that doesn't work in his wheelchair, but if you're like holding him, you could ask him to say yes. Thank you, can do that one with a verbal prompt. Change, just touching down in his diaper area. Doing that with like a verbal visual prompt right now. Other ones we're working on: hurt, on, off, cold, what, like as in, say, Malachi, say, what are we doing today? Can you ask mommy what? And then like seeing him kind of bring his hands up to ask. Open, just to touch the container to ask to open. Moving on to verbal approximations. He at times will do these with no prompt. At times he'll do them with a prompt. Sometimes it takes multiple trials, depends on the day, depends on the week. He kind of gets in right now he's in a phase with mama, so he's saying mama daily, multiple times daily, and it just sounds pretty much like mama, ma, or mom. Daddy would be Aggie, again, agun, all done. I can't do that one, you'll see in the video. It's like kind of muffled, but on, he sometimes gets like the sound more. The videos will clarify this better. He'll do for more. Or yeah, sometimes it's more clear than that, but a lot of times for more I can get like a more, like a little sound, especially if he's doing something with his mouth already. And then he uses his eye gaze, like as in his eye gaze device, he's working on that, but he uses his like actual just eye gaze informally to like make choices. You can hold up two things. Do you want this or this? And then see which one he looks at. You can also, if you can't hold the item up, we're working on like making choices by holding up our hands. Like, Malachi, do you want to play outside or do you want to go to the gym? And then like seeing which hand he'll look at, and starting to like look more at the preferred one, it seems. So that would be the things that we're working on at home. And I'll show some clips of Malachi. Thank you again so much. So word approximations that he is known to use with minimum to no prompt at times. And he can sometimes / usually use these with a prompt. It can take him multiple tries. It can depend on the week as he gets in phases where we don't hear one of these for a while. But mama, this one comes out multiple times a day right now. Mama, mama, some variation of that. We encourage him to use this instead of fussing to get our attention. And after talking to his teachers, we're planning to leverage that at school. For example, if he's fussing, encouraging him to say, Mama, Miss Felicia. And when he does use mama at school, to respond as though he said miss. Like, oh, you're saying Mama, Miss Felicia, what do you need? Daddy comes out like Aggie. He also says approximations for again, all done on, working on. A verbal approximation for more by modeling more. Can sometimes get a and occasionally get a consonant with that. We encourage him just in general with things like use your words, say this, sign that. He does get frustrated when trying to communicate sometimes, so we'll have him take a deep breath, tell him you can calm down. He is working on an eye gaze device that we use at home some, and speech therapy is helping with that at school too, and outpatient. He uses his eye gaze informally though a lot, so just to direct where he wants to go, what he wants to play, to make choices. You can hold up, do you want this or do you want that, naming the items and giving him time to settle his eye gaze on one of those. Or if you don't have the items right there, we're working on using hands to make choices, like do you want to paint or play ball? And like whichever hand he looks at, we go with that. And he does seem to look at the preferred option to some degree. So thanks for all you do. If you have any questions or ideas, please share. And I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with Malachi. He's a lot of fun to talk to, and he understands a lot, and he's just a blessing. So now the part you can watch him.